Good morning everyone. In this class, we are going to start some new topics of chapter 7, electricity and magnetism. Okay. So what is electricity? In the previous classes, we have discussed all about the second term, that is magnetism, in which we have discussed about what is magnet, what are the different properties of magnet, what is electromagnetism, and what is the working and construction of an electrical bell. Okay, so from today's class we are going to start the second half of the class chapter, that is electricity. Okay, so what is electricity? Whenever this term has been coming in your brain, electricity, what is the first thought which has been coming in your brain? That is, it is a kind of current, it is a kind of flow of current or anything else. So what is electricity? Electricity is simply a form of energy like other forms. See, in this entire class 7th, we have discussed several forms of energy. Like light is also a form of energy, heat is also a form of energy, sound is also a form of energy. So same way, electricity is also a form of energy which can be used to operate majorly two things, which I have already mentioned here. Okay, one more time, what is electricity? Electricity is the form of energy which can be used to operate all the electrical devices and electronic devices. So this is the very simple and the complete definition of electricity. One more time, what is electricity? It is the form of energy which can be used to operate all the electrical and electronic devices. So what is electrical devices? What is electronic devices? Some kind of electrical devices has been known by everyone. Some examples of electrical devices are electrical fan, electrical bulb, television, refrigerator, washing machine. These all are some examples of the electrical devices. Now coming to the electronic devices, give me some electronic devices. Examples are like smartphone, computer, smartwatch, neckband. All the devices which are having a energy storing element are basically known as the electronic devices. But what is the basic criteria for their differentiation, that how we can categorize all the electrical and electronic devices? A very simple way. If I am talking about that, what is the voltage which has been occupied by the electrical fan or which has been coming at your home, and that voltage is approximately 220 volt to 240 volt. So this is the range of the electrical voltage which has been coming at your home. But what is the range for the electronic devices? All the electronic devices are mostly operated from the 5 volt to 12 volt. Okay, so this is the first difference. If you try to see all the electrical devices, all are basically operating from the 220 volt to 240 volt. And what about the electronic devices? All the majority devices are consuming 5 volt to 12 volt. Okay, now what about the electrical current? What is the amount of current consumed by all the devices? If I am talking about the electrical devices, majority all the devices are taking 2 ampere to 10 ampere, or you can say approximately 30 ampere. Maximum value will be 30 ampere. Okay, so this is the range of the electrical current for all the electrical devices. But what about the electronic devices? All the electronic devices are operated on 2 milliampere to 20 milliampere. Okay, one more time. All the electrical devices are operating on the 220 volt to 240 volt. But what about the electronic devices? These all devices are operated on 5 volt to 12 volt. Now second point, all the electrical devices are operated on 2 ampere to 30 to 40 ampere. And what about the electronic devices? These all devices are operated on 2 milliampere to 20 milliampere. So how we can differentiate, or what is the general difference between all of them? We can simply say that all the electrical devices are operated on high voltage and high current. If generally I want to explain all the electrical and electronic devices, so all the electrical devices are operated on high voltage and high current. But what about the electronic devices? These all the devices are operated on low voltage and low current. If you try to see the difference, 220 to 240 and 5 volt to 12 volt. So this is a huge difference between them. And here also 2 ampere to 30 ampere, and here it is 2 milliampere to 20 milliampere. So all the electrical devices are operated on high voltage and high current, and all the electronic devices are operated on low voltage and low current. Okay. So one more time, what is electricity? Electricity is simply the form of energy which can be used to operate all the electrical and electronic devices. Now, the second topic, that is electrical charges. What is charge? Whenever this term has been coming in your brain, that is what is charge, at the first time which has been coming at your brain, that is the positive charge and the negative charges. Am I right? Whenever you are thinking about the charges, you are just thinking about the electron, proton, positive, negative charges. But what is these charges, or what is the basic definition of the charges? Okay, so today I am going to define that what is the electrical charges. So before understanding the electrical charges, you have to know some basic concept of the two parallel plates. Suppose I am having two two dusters I am having. Just consider this duster. See, this duster you can consider as a positive plate. Okay, if I am just taking two sheets, this is the two sheets I am having. So first sheet I am giving some positive charges, and in the second sheet I am giving the negative charges. Okay, so this object is having the positive charge particle, and this object is having the negative charge particle. And if I try to place them parallelly, what I have done? I have taken two sheets. On the first sheet I have given some positive charges, in the second sheet I have given some negative charges, and whenever I am just trying to place them parallelly, then what happens? Okay, now see, I am having two parallel plates. On the first plate I have given some positive charges, on the second plate I have given some negative charges. Okay, so in case of some positive charges, you are already aware about the proton. Proton are the positively charged particle, and what about the electron? Electron is the negatively charged particle. So in this condition, two charges I am considering here. One is the electron, which is the negatively charged particle, and second one is the proton, which is the positively charged particle. Okay, one more time, see what I have done. I have simply taken two parallel sheets or two parallel plates. On the first plate I have given the positive charges, and the second plate I have given the negative charges. Now see what will happen. If electron will try to enter in this entire field, then what will happen? See, from this region to this region, electron move in a straight way. From this region to this region, electron is moving in a straight path, but as soon it is going to enter in this region, as soon electron is enter in this region, so what will happen? This is the negatively plate, and this is the negative charge. And in previous term we have discussed about some basic concept, that is all the like poles are having the force of repulsion, whether they are maybe the poles, whether they are some kind of charges. So if they are having the like charges, so they are having the force of repulsion, and if they are having the opposite charges like the positive and negative, like the north pole and the south pole, some opposite poles or some opposite charges, so they are having the force of attraction. So what will happen? Electron will started moving till this point, it is coming in a straight path, but as soon it is just try to enter in this region, so what will happen? It try to shift or try to make a curved line and try to move towards the positive plate. Okay, same thing from the proton also. From this point to this point, if proton is moving, it is coming in a straight path. But as soon it is coming in this region, so what will happen? This is the positive plate, this is the positive charge. So what will happen? They both are having force of repulsion. So what will happen? This field or this plate will try to repel this proton, and this field will try to attract the proton. So what will happen? Again this is trying to make a curved line, and this will be coming here. Okay, so what will happen in both the things? Whenever electron is trying to enter in this field, let me say something more about this field. As we have discussed magnetic field. What is magnetic field? Every magnet is having a certain region in which it attracts the ferromagnetic substances. It is known as magnetic field. So what about here? Which kind of field is this? Here we are having the two plates. One is the positively charged plate, second is the negatively charged plate. So this field is known as an electrically charged field, or generally we used to say as electrical field. Okay, so this is the electrical field, And whenever any charge particle, whether an electron is trying to come in this field or an proton is trying to come in this field, so what will happen? It try to deviate from its original path. If there is no field, suppose there are no fields, so what will happen? Electron will also try to move in a straight path, proton will also try to move in a straight path. But just because of this field, just because of this electrical field, what will happen? Electron will try to deviate from its original path. Now, but the question will remain same, that what is the definition of the charges? What is charges? Basically, electron is the charge as well as the proton is the charge. So, what is the definition? So, what is electrical charge? Electrical charge are those physical quantities. We can measure the charges. What is physical quantities? All the things which we can measure easily are known as physical quantity. In case of charge also we can measure. So what is electrical charges? Charges are those physical quantity which when try to enter in any electrical field, try to deviate from its original path. Okay? One more time. What is electrical charges? Charge are those physical quantities which when try to enter in any electrical field, try to deviate from its original path. Sometimes it is coming near the positive plate because it is an electrically negative charge particle. Sometimes it is coming near the negative plate because it is the electrically positively charged particle. Okay. So if there is any physical quantity, there may be some representation also. In case of charge, we always used to represent with the help of capital Q or small q. Okay. So what is charges? Charges are those physical quantity which when try to enter in any electrical field, try to deviate from its original path, which is represented by either capital Q or small q. Now what is the unit of the charges? Charges are generally represented with Coulomb. Okay. So what is the unit of charge? That is Coulomb. One more thing, I have already said several times that all the unit which has been given by any scientist name. Coulomb was a scientist who has given the theory regarding the charge and their properties. So if we are writing the unit of any physical quantity which has been given by any name of the scientist, so how we used to represent? Either if we have to write the full name, so we used to write like Coulomb, or if we have to represent them from a symbol, so how we are representing? With the help of capital C. So charge is represented by capital or small q. The unit of charge is Coulomb, which is represented by capital C. Why? Because Coulomb was a scientist. On the name of the scientist, all the unit which has been given, if we write the full name, we used to write from the small letter, and if we are writing in the single letter or the initial letter, so what we will write? We will write the first name in the capital letters. Okay. So this is all about the electrical charges. Now, so some more things about the electrical charges. If the charges are stays on any object, it is known as static electricity. Like if the charges are accumulated on any object or try to stays on any object, they are considered as the static electricity. But if the charges are moving in any object, it is known as the dynamic electricity, or generally we used to say that electrical current. Okay, it is clear. Whenever charges are trying to stays on any object, it is known as the static electricity, and whenever the charges are moving on any particular object, it is known as electrical current. Okay, so before starting the electrical current, we have to know some meaning of the term, that is rate. What is rate? Have you ever heard the term rate? In second formula you have used the term rate. What is rate? So in physics or mathematics, whenever we are using the term rate, it means divided by time or per unit time. So, okay, in the initial classes, I have informed you the importance of formula in physics. With the help of any formula, we can define any physical quantity, and with the help of formula, we can also able to write the unit of any physical quantity. Okay, now see. If I am writing the formula of charge, electrical current, so electrical current is equal to flow of charge upon time. So how we can define it? See, several times I have said you that the meaning of the term rate means division by time. So how we are going to define this particular physical quantity? Here the time has been divided by, or basically time is divided in the flow of charges. So how we can define? So the rate of flow of charges in any closed circuit is known as electrical current. Means if the charges are moving but in any closed loop, so that rate is basically known as the electrical current. So how we can define it? The flow of charges upon time. So here the time has been divided in flow of charges. So we can say that the rate of flow of charges in any closed loop. Always remember, don't try to forget to use this term closed circuit. If the circuit is not closed, current will never flow. Okay. So what is electrical current? Electrical current is the rate of flow of charges in any closed circuit. Okay. So now we are going to write what is the unit of this electrical current. How we can write? I have just now said that with the help of formula we can easily write the unit of any physical quantity. So here I have mentioned the formula of electrical current. So with the help of formula we can write the unit also. How? Right? Unit of electrical current, which is generally represented by capital I, is equals to unit of charge, which is represented by capital Q, upon unit of time, represented by small t. Okay. So unit of current is always used to represent by capital I. Okay. So unit of current is equals to unit of charges upon unit of time. So just now we have discussed that what is the unit of charge? The unit of charge is coulomb. And what is the unit of time? The unit of time is second. Okay. So what is the unit of electrical current? The unit of electrical current is coulomb per second, or generally we used to represent as A. What is A? A is ampere. Okay. So the unit of electrical current is equals to unit of charges, that is coulomb, upon unit of time, that is second, or we used to say as ampere. Why ampere? Because this entire formula has been given by the scientist Ampere. On the name of this scientist Ampere, it has been given a name, that is ampere. So if we have to represent ampere, so either we used to represent the capital A, or if we are writing the complete name, so we are writing from small ampere. Now the next topic is how we are going to define 1 ampere. So several times I have said that in any case, if you have to define any physical quantity in unit term, like whenever you have to define the 1 ampere current, or 1 Newton force, or 1 meter per second square acceleration, so first of all you have to write the basic formula. See how? So if we have to define 1 ampere current, so how we are going to define? First of all, try to write the formula of current. So current is equals to I is equals to Q by T. This is the basic formula of electrical current, and I have to define 1 ampere. Means this value I have to make unit. Unit means 1. Now tell me very basic thing. When this value will becoming 1, or whenever this current will becoming 1, whenever this numerator or denominator are having a similar value, generally we can say a unit value, that is 1. So whenever this will becoming a 1 coulomb and the time will be 1 second, so the overall value will becoming 1 ampere. See, it is fine. So when this current will becoming 1 ampere, whenever the charge will becoming unit, means 1 coulomb, and the time will becoming unit, that is 1 second, then the overall value will becoming 1 ampere. So one more time, what is 1 ampere current? 1 ampere current is that current if coulomb charges are flowing in the circuit for 1 second, at that time the amount of current flowing in any circuit is known as 1 ampere. Is it clear? One more time, what is 1 ampere current? If 1 coulomb charges are flowing in the circuit for 1 second, at that time the overall current flowing in that circuit is known as 1 ampere current.